Are your financial values paying dividends, or are they costing you more than you think? Hello and welcome to Time Out with PC. I've got an interesting topic today. It's called Living by Financial Values. And so I want to challenge you that we're going to focus today on what lasts. So a good place to reference where we stand is to take a good look at our attitude. The Bible encourages us to prioritize our spiritual well-being and over material wealth. And we approach life with empathy, with kindness, and a sense of purpose. Living these values in a daily life promotes peace for us as well as reconciliation. So the world system has this value system of power, of wealth, of pride. But the Bible encourages us to have a value system of love, service, and moral courage. So there's a big difference. And Jesus made this statement in the Sermon on the Mountain. He said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." So he wasn't saying he was against people having money, but he was against money controlling people's thoughts and emotions their whole lives. He actually wants us to prosper so that we can finance and fulfill his purposes on the earth. There's a scripture that says God gives us the power to get wealth that he may establish his covenant in the earth. So it's all God's idea. He wants us to be blessed. He wants us to prosper, but he wants us to have the right financial values. So in Luke 12:21, Jesus actually called a person a fool. Wow. Not because he was rich, but because he wasn't rich towards God. So, wow, that's Jesus's outlook, is if we're not rich towards God, all the money in the world cannot buy happiness. John D. Rockefeller, and we all know that name Rockefeller, made this statement. He said, "I've made many millions, but they brought me no real happiness." He said, "I would trade them all for the days when I used to sit on the stool in my office and counted myself blessed on $3 a week." Wow. You know, I remember my first job, I made 99 cents an hour. So, you're talking $3 a week. But he's talking about a sense of just carefree, trusting in the goodness of God and being taken care of. God's going to, if he takes care of the birds, he's going to take care of us. So having more money might give you social status, but serving God gives you kingdom significance. And it's often been said that people will spend all of their health to gain wealth, only to later on spend all their wealth to regain their health. Does this bring anybody to mind that you might know about who just has spent their life trying to accumulate finances for the cost of losing their health? We know so many famous people who, even though they were financially rich and successful in life, they've taken their lives, they've turned to drugs and alcohol and drained all their money because money wasn't able to really take care of their needs. Now, here's an important statement. I want you to listen to this. The pressures of life are there whether or not you are wealthy. So the same pressures of life come to every person, but it's how we respond to that pressure that makes all the difference of whether we enjoy life and have happiness. So motives for obtaining wealth are actually the keys to really not only succeeding, but being happy and thankful along our journey. So what are your motives? Let's look at something in James chapter 4. It says, "You ask and do not receive because you ask with the wrong motives, so that you can spend what you request on your pleasures." So this is out of the book of James. Ask yourself why you're doing all that you are to gain wealth. What is the driving force behind all of it? And if you're carrying the weight of trying to succeed and become wealthy with illegal or immoral means, then you might have temporary success, but they're going to end up costing you all the things in life that you value in the end. So like greed and selfishness, all these things, the need for power, if they're the driving force, then it will take its toll. You know, when you're on the freeway, when you get to the toll booth, you gotta pay. That means that if you're going through life and these are your motives, you're gonna end up paying for it. But you'll pay with your mental health, with your well-being. You'll have side effects of loneliness, depression, anxiety. Isn't that what the world is so anxious about? Every new little bump in the road, they start thinking that, their ship is going to sink. And that's just too much anxiety. It's just better to know that you do the best you can. Those are your motives. You want to help others, and God's going to take care of you. So contrary to popular belief, money doesn't change us. It simply reveals to the world who we really are. Gosh, so some people, when they get wealthy, they become incredibly selfish. They don't want to help anybody else, and they spend their money foolishly just on themselves and their own plans. But then there's others that they use their money as a tool. Wow, to build others and contribute to causes they know will benefit other people as well and help them succeed. So it's not what you have that makes you successful in life. It's what you do with what you have that makes you successful. So make sure that you're going after your right dreams with purpose of helping not only yourself in life to live comfortably, but to have the ability to also pour blessings onto others. I've really taken this message to heart. I've been purposely looking around for people that I know, just something that I might be able to have that I don't even use can be a blessing to someone else. So when you realize that this life is so much more than just yourself, you can enjoy peace and happiness by living these financial values. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you'll like, subscribe, and share this podcast with others so we can get the word out.